Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Learning Software Development with Damola Akala. Today we're going to be discussing about Introduction to Web Development and HTML. Don't worry if you're new to this, I'll ensure everything is super easy to understand. Let's get started. Ever wondered what goes on behind the website you visit every day? Unlock the secret of web development and create your own stunning site from scratch. From the basics of HTML to the styling power of CSS and the dynamic magic of JavaScript. Join me, Damola Akala, on this thrilling journey into the world of web development. Subscribe now and start your adventure today. Subscribe now. We have a course outline for week 1. We'll be discussing about web development in general and HTML basically. Then for week 2, this is what we're going to be doing. Week 3, introduction to CSS. Week 4, positioning and the layout with CSS, and so on up to week 12. Alright, so let's start. Let's start with the introduction to web development. When we're talking about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, I want you all to see HTML as an example is the human body. The HTML is just the skeleton, while the CSS is the color. The ability to identify a human body by either black or the person is yellow, fair or dark. Then the JavaScript part is the ability to move your hands, to walk, to talk, to hit. So that's actually the difference between HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So talking about introduction to web development and its importance. Web development is all about creating websites and web applications, and it involves designing and building a different part of a website. For instance, let's check jumia.com.ng. This is a website. This is an e-commerce website where you get to order for any items you like, either phones, your gadgets, electronics, or gaming products. This part here is the landing page. Here we have the header, we have the footer. Then the other part here, you can see me scrolling, is the body of the website. On my desktop, I'm going to create a new folder and name it You can see it's empty. So I'm going to create a new file by clicking this icon here, the first icon, new file, and name it. Let me just name it introduction. .html. When you are saving an HTML file, this extension is very important for you to add. That's the .html part. If it was CSS, we put .css. If it is JavaScript, we put .js. Hypertext. Hypertext markup language. So it is the foundation for every web page you see out there, and it is used to create the structure and organize the. We're talking about the structure of a web page. It's made up of different parts such as headings, we have paragraphs, we have images, we have links. When creating your HTML file, the first thing you need to put is this first line here, doc type HTML. And what does this mean? It means that you are trying to tell the browser that this particular file you are working on is HTML. That is why we have doc type HTML. It means document type HTML. And then the next thing, the things you are seeing here are called tags. This HTML tag, the next en equals to en, which is English. Then the next tag is the heading tag. I'm going to save this so you can see it on the browser. So what this head tag does is that you can see it has an opening tag and this is the closing tag. Let me remove this part here. Line 3 and line 5. Line 5 is the closing tag, while line 3 is the opening tag. Inside the head tag, we have the meta tag and title. For this title, as you can see that we have document here, let me show you something. In Jumia, when I hover on this Jumia Nigeria online shop, you can see what we have here, Jumia Nigeria online shop. Okay, so when I save this file and try and open it in the browser, can you see we have documents instead of Jumia Nigeria online shopping? I can decide to change it to something else, my favorite website. I'm going to save this so we can view it on the browser. You can see that it has changed to my favorite website, Damnola. So that is where you can edit the title when you are working on your website. So we have the closing tag. Now for the body, this is the body. You know, I was telling you that we have the header, we have the body and the footer. There are different types of tags in HTML. We have the headings. Okay, let me start with the headings. For headings, when you have an heading, you can decide to use H1. It consists of 6 headings: H1, H2, H3. Heading 1. I'm going to duplicate this and name this heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 2, heading 6. Heading 1 to heading 6. Let me save this. To save, I did Ctrl S. Then reload the browser. Can you see the difference between heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, 5, and 6? So let me do heading 7. There's nothing like heading 7, but I'm going to save it. Reload. You can see it has no effect. Selling items for your heading, you can decide to use heading 1 or heading 2 to make it more bolder instead of using heading 5 or 6. Then for places where we have ITEL, Powerlight, 2000 MA, we can decide to use paragraph. The P tag represents the paragraph. This is a paragraph. You can see that the text for paragraph is different from headings. The headings are much more bolder compared to paragraph. Then another tag that we're going to learn today is the image tag. For image, it has only a closing tag. It does not have opening and closing tag. Something like this, img, then you close it. Because there's no space, like there's nothing you want to put in between the img, something like this. img. So there's nothing you want to put here, this space here. You can't put anything here at all. That is why it is important to have it like this, the way we have it in line 20 instead of line 22, that we have the opening tag and the closing tag. So to add an image, you need 2 attributes. The first one is alt. What does alt means? It means alternative. More like if the image does not show, what do you want the user to know? Okay, we can decide to put, let me try and check for images online. Okay, let's use this. To use and we're going to be using, this is a cat or just cat. Then save. Let's see what happens to the image without putting any link. I'm going to reload the page. You can see that it shows cat. So when an image does not show, the user knows that, oh, this image here is supposed to be a cat. Only God knows why it did not show. Then add src. This src means source. Okay, this is better. So this is how I copied the link. Right click, open the image in a new tab, and then copy the link that we have here. Control C and then pasted it here. So I'm going to save this and load the page. You can see we now have the image. There's another tag I need us to talk about. That is the A tag. What does A represent? A represents a link. This also has a closing and opening tag. But it does, let me say, okay, let's go to jumia.com. Go to Jumia. Then save. Load the page. Right now, when I click on go to Jumia, it's not working because I have not linked jumia.com.ng there. So I'm going to copy this jumia.com.ng, and for this, the attributes we need is the href. Href represents the hyperlink. Paste this there below the page. When I click on it, let's see what happens. You can see it brought me to jumia.com.ng for the A tag. I want us to create a basic HTML page. Now I'm going to comment this code that we have here. Your code is very, very important because when other people want to check out what you have in your code or want to help you fix a bug in your code, when they see a comment, it gives them a heads on how to resolve the issue for you. But when there's no comment, they'll need to start cracking their brain on how to go about it. You can see what I added in line 10 and line 29 to comment this out. Okay, save. When I load this page, nothing shows up. You can see it is now blank. That's because I commented this part out. Everyone, welcome to my website. Save it, load. Okay, then for the next section I like to use heading 2, about me, and a p tag. That's a paragraph. I am a web developer with a passion for creating amazing websites. I have experience HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I'm going to save this. Let's see what it looks like. Okay. So for the next one, I'm trying to create a basic website here. Let's have something like heading 2. For this section, I would love to have my projects here. Projects, my projects, and a p tag, a paragraph. So yeah, I'll be talking about here some of the projects I've worked on. Project 1. I'm using GitHub. No, heading 3. Project 1. this is a description of my first project. Then I'll attach an image of my first project. Let's use this image here. I'm going to replicate for project 2 and project 3. So, 3, second, third project. Okay, let's use different images for project 2. Let me see what we have answered. Okay, so this is what we are currently about. Welcome to my website, and about me section, my project section. Here are some of the projects I've worked on. This is my first project, my second project, and my third project. So let me change the image we have there. Here's just this. The second image. Then for the third image, I'm going to use this flower. Update this. The page. You can see what we have now, that images have been updated. On pen here, can you see this place here? Pen, where we have pen. Yeah. Start clicking on it, it brings out a code editor. I'm just going to copy everything we have here and paste it there. Let's name this favorite website. I've pasted everything here, and this is what we have. You can say welcome to my website. Everything is showing as expected. So one good thing about CodePen is that, see, it's showing an error here, that there is an error in this code. Why? Because CodePen, you don't need to put this tag here, that document type HTML, because it has an inbuilt function that helps them handle the document type of an HTML. They'll know that yes, this file you are writing is an HTML. So let's remove this. The same thing we have on my laptop is what we have here in my CodePen. Okay, so I'm going to add another comment here and put it about section. So when they are reading the code, they can easily tell that okay, this section that they're about to debug, maybe it's for payment, it's for wallets, it's for transactions, it's for order history. They can easily tell. So this one is project section. So you know that okay, from this place to this place is my about section. From here to here is my project section. Right, so I'm going to share this with you guys. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you've learned a lot. If you have any questions or you'd like to share progress with me, feel free to leave a comment below. See you in the next episode. Bye. Ever wondered what goes on behind the website you visit every day? Unlock the secret of web development and create your own stunning site from scratch. From the basics of HTML to the styling power of CSS and the dynamic magic of JavaScript. Join me, Daniela Kala, on the thrilling journey into the world of web development. Subscribe now and start your adventure today. Subscribe now.